This is Kim Meyer, host of Choose to Rise. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hello, my fellow revolutionaries, and welcome to the Leadership Revolution. My name is Audrey Prosper. If this is your first time joining us, we want you to know that our vision is to help others discover clarity, embrace vulnerability, and experience freedom in their relationship with others and with God. I know that you're going to receive a word today that will bless you and the people around you. I want to invite you to be fully present when you're listening and judge later, because we actually can't do both at the same time. Now, I'd like to direct your attention to our host, David Prosper. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello, my friend. My name is David, and I'm the host of the Leadership Revolution. I get the privilege to serve you every other week as your guide. If this is your first time listening, I want to say welcome to the revolution, my friend. And if you're hearing this and thinking, oh no, this ain't for me, I really want to encourage you, because if you can influence someone's thinking or their behavior, you, my friend, are a leader. And to the rest of my revolutionaries, thank you for being creators, trailblazers, and innovators, because our world needs more people like y'all. And I'm excited. We're continuing this Reinventing Yourself series, and I have a special guest, Malik. It's our youngest son. We're going to learn about how he views leadership, how we can improve the school system, and more about who he is as an emerging leader. But before we begin, as I shuffle my papers, let's start in prayer. Dear Dad, I want to thank you for the opportunity to use the gift of speech. Let my words be seeds of inspiration to awaken the places where you want your people to live their best life. I don't know who will be listening or who's listening right now, but I pray that the sound of my voice, they receive health, healing, favor, provision, and protection over them. I pray that they would have a receptive heart and an open mind. In Jesus' mighty name, A to the man. So let's get this thing started. Malik, are you ready to get this thing started?
Yes, I am.
All right, okay. You sound a little nervous out there. I need you to get a little bit more excited right now. This is the Leadership Revolution. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So tell us about yourself. Who is Malik, and where did you grow up?
Well, I was born and raised in Tampa Bay, Florida, and recently just moved when I was 10.
When you were 10? Okay. And how old? And you're still 10 right now?
No, I'm 11 years old.
11 years old?
December 25th of 2019.
Okay, all right. And now, where you're currently living in Colorado Springs, I remember you saying we just moved here. How are you liking Colorado Springs?
It's absolutely amazing. It's not a giant oven, but it's not a freezer. It's the best weather that I've seen in my life.
Best weather you've seen in your life. Okay, so now you said it's not an oven like Florida, but it's not a freezer. So right now, I'm pretty sure we're in winter. So you're telling me you're not cold right now?
Well, not at this moment, but outside, stand out there for just 5 minutes, it's pretty cold. You're gonna freeze.
Yeah, that is true. And just like in Florida, if you stand out there too long, you're gonna sweat. All right. And I'm just curious, right? We often talk about what we believe, and our belief drives what we do, how we do it, and it drives our future. What is your spiritual belief, and what do you believe to be true?
Well, I believe that Jesus Christ died for our sins. He died on the cross, and God sent him down to earth. And I believe that everyone has a purpose to help rebuild the kingdom.
Wow, that was not scripted at all. He said that all from the top, so that is impressive. Now, you talked about belief. You talked a little bit about moving here from Florida. I want to jump back into how was the experience when you were moving from Florida, something that, a place that you grew up, to a new place that you were completely unfamiliar with?
Well, it felt really awkward, and I didn't feel like I was going to have a comfortable time. I didn't really want to move because I had so many friends and all my family. But we moved. The trip was horrendous, but we finally made it. And it's been amazing ever since.
All right, you said the trip was horrendous. Talk to me about that.
Well, just stopping barely to pee, just having not a lot of food, snack on everything. We barely stopped to sleep. It was really hard. I mean, not being in the driver's seat was pretty easy, just sleeping and playing games, but it was not the best for me.
Okay, that makes sense. If I can recall, because I was one of the drivers, we stopped a lot because your mom had to pee all the time. I just said pee on the podcast. You're welcome. All right, so you transitioned from Tampa Bay, Florida to Colorado Springs. You believe that Jesus is Lord, and you believe that he died for your sins, which is amazing. Now, Jesus was one of the leaders that we model after this entire show from, and he led 12 people. And now, according to Rick Warren and Lead Like Jesus, he has 2.1 billion followers. That's more people on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you name it. He has more followers. Now, perfect leadership. What is your idea, Malik, of perfect leadership, and what does that look like?
Well, I think Jesus was the most perfect leader we've ever had, and he used servant leadership by washing his disciples' feet for them, but also leading them in the right path.
Okay. He is the perfect model of leadership, and we strive to be like him. He has a little bit of an advantage because he was both God and man, so he had a little bit more deity than we do. Now, so if Jesus is the example, what is not the example to be like a perfect leader or a great leader?
Well, being really fear-based and a lot of yelling, militant leadership, not really trying to help them, but more trying to just direct them really forcefully, like pushing instead of guiding.
You said something that's powerful. Pushing instead of guiding. So if a leader is pushing someone, what are they doing?
Well, they're like, this thing at this time. For an example, at work, you need to complete this final blog post at this time, or else you're getting fired. It's just no chance to do anything, and you're just gone and out.
Okay, so essentially, it's the highway. Is this way or the highway? It's my way or the highway type of leadership. That's what I'm hearing. And what would a guiding leader do if they had that same employee who had a blog assigned to them? Now, the fear-based leader leaves the room, and now this guiding leader steps in the room. How would a guiding leader lead them to do their work effectively?
Well, for an example I can give them, if you were that guiding leader, you would try and help them. You need a bottle of water, I can go get you a bottle of water. You need a bag of chips, you need something to snack on. You help them instead of just not helping them at all and just being super rude.
Okay, so you're talking about meeting a tangible need. So you're meeting a need. Okay, I know you have this work done, but do you need a glass of water? Because you're thinking about not just what they can do, but who they are and what they need. So that's important. Now, how have you seen, if you've seen both of these styles of leadership in the school system? Because, you're in elementary, you're going to middle school. How have you seen fear-based leadership in the school system so far?
Well, there was something at my most recent school, before I switched to homeschool. There was something called the clip chart, and this is all throughout elementary, you have this. But this is the worst I've seen it. So there was the highest point of the clip chart where all the good behavioral kids were, and then there was the lowest point where all the quote-unquote bad kids were. And it really just felt like labeling, and it was always, you get on pink, which was the highest color, you get a piece of candy. You get on red, which is the lowest, you have to get called your parents and you have to stay after school. And it wasn't really fair to the kids who just couldn't do it. And I think if those teachers could help them and guide them into the right path, then they wouldn't always be on red. They would be on pink and purple.
So you talked about the clip chart and talked about how if you either clip up, clip down, you get either rewarded or you get punished. Now, at the time that you were there, did you ever clip down?
Yes, that's actually the first time in elementary school that I've clipped down, and I almost got to the lowest point, but I didn't. I clipped back up, but it was really, even I felt disappointed in myself, and it was one of the worst feelings that I felt.
So you've clipped down and you felt that disappointment, and was there anything that encouraged you to clip up outside of not clipping down?
No, it was really just the piece of candy and then not being bad.
So the fear of not being labeled bad was the driving force that kept you trying not to be bad, so you clipped up, essentially. So it wasn't a positive motivation, it was a negative consequence. Is either you clip down and you consider bad, or you clip up and you're not considered bad, and we give you a piece of candy. Interesting. Now, if you could change anything about our current school system, what would it be?
Well, would this be one thing, or it could be
You can talk as much as you want. We have minimum of 30 minutes, so
then I would try and help the teachers get their style of leadership on point, and try and help them understand that the students need to be guided, because not all kids are the best students. Some kids don't know how to learn, so they need to be guided, they need to be helped. But you can't always just help someone, because if you teach a man how to fish, he eats forever. But if you just give a man a fish, he only eats for that day. So you have to teach them how
He's
to do
11 years old and he's saying this. Continue.
You have to teach them how to do it, and then if they need help along the way, you can help them. You can pick up their fallen water bottle that they might have dropped. If they spill water, don't get mad at them. Just grab a towel out of the closet and hand it to them. Help them.
You said something that's powerful. You said help them, and if they spill something, don't yell at them. And Rick Warren teaches, don't be demanding, but be understanding. So I think those steps that you just shared, as far as guiding the students and teaching them how to learn versus just telling them what to do and giving them the fish, metaphorically, will set them up in such a better trajectory for their future. Now, I'm just curious, just out of curiosity, and it's one of the questions too. Do you have a leadership hero or a role model that you look up to? And you don't have to say me because you're on this podcast. Continue.
Well, I would definitely say Jesus Christ, since he's the perfect leader. He knows what he's doing. But David, yes, not because we're on the podcast, but you're
Plug.
the best leader I've met, and
Appreciate that.
you've been teaching me everything I can probably know on leadership, and it's been a really long journey, but it's been a good one.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's one of the highest compliments I could ever get. I was meeting with Pastor Joe at Manna Church this morning, and I shared how much you and Malik have just grown up in as a leader, as a person, as a man, young man, and it's one of my greatest achievements, and one of the things that mean more to me than anything else. Like, I can achieve a lot of stuff in my life, but like when our two sons is just like, yo, we're changing the world, or we want to change the world, we want to give back, that means more to me I can't even talk. Means more to me than anything else. So hearing you say that, I appreciate that, and my job is to continue to pour as much as I know back into you guys, into you. Now, with that being said, do you believe in your life right now that you have a calling, that you're supposed to do something, like a purpose? Do you feel that in your life? I know you're 11, but do you feel that in your life?
Well, I know I definitely do have a calling, and I know I'm meant for something in Jesus' kingdom, but I don't know what that calling is yet. I don't know if I'm supposed to be a pastor or just a janitor. I don't know, but we will see in the future.
Yeah, it's the constant grind. One of my good friends often tells me, every day find clarity. Every day find clarity. So take that one step, and you're definitely on your way. It's only a matter of time as you continue to grow and develop and become, like we say at the house, you continue to be iconic. You're going to figure it out. So what are you doing right now as a young emerging leader to grow as a leader right now?
Well, I've been trying to be a servant leader. I've been helping around the house, get the ironing boards full of stuff that needs to be thrown in the trash. I try to help. I try to do my part, and it's probably like 16 times a day that I hear, Malik, I need my computer charger. Okay, it's Mom, it's right next to you. I need my computer. It's really tedious, but it's helping. And it's one of the best things you can do for people.
Yep, service. It's easy to say, it's easy to learn, but it's challenging to do. I was just listening to John Maxwell today before I actually picked you up. And he was talking about servant leadership is inconvenient. And I was like, if that is not the gospel, I don't know what it is. It's when we want to do something and somebody asks something of us and say, hey, can you do this for me? And you're just like, I didn't really want to do this, but I'm practicing being a servant leader, so I'm going to do this. So great job on clearing out the ironing board. And I know your mom calls you a lot because she is developing you as a servant leader, if that's really happening. So when you're not in school, Malik, you were just talking to me a little bit on a car ride about beating this game. When you're not in school and you're not learning about leadership and you're not doing devotional, what else are you doing?
Well, I play video games a lot. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I don't really eat a lot, but sleeping doesn't take up most of my day because I have a problem with that, so I only get normally 5 hours or 6 hours.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a grind, but it's fun.
Okay. So you play video games, and when you're not playing video games, you're sleeping. When you're not sleeping, you're eating. When you're not eating, you're watching YouTube. Okay, that's awesome. And I just want to thank you for, I know our listeners are going to appreciate this. This is an 11-year-old, just so all of you know, these leadership tips that you're getting straight through your headset right now. If you listen through a headset or straight through the audio, it's an 11-year-old. So it goes to show you that leadership is not contingent upon age. It's only contingent upon self-development and the willingness to learn and the willingness to apply ourselves. I typically would say, hey, where can we find you? But you're 11 years old. No one needs to find you. But I want to say this. Thank you so much for asking me, because this happened. We were sitting at dinner and you were just like, hey, can I be on your show? And I was like, heck yeah. What do you want to talk about? You was like, leadership. I was like, great, let's set this up. So I want to thank you for coming on the show. I want to thank you for your willingness to share what you've learned. And I know you're going to impact people. You already have, like your mom and I. And you're going to continue to impact the world in such a positive way. And last but not least, you're iconic. So thank you for coming and blessing us. Major key alert in blessing us on this show. So I want to leave you all with a Reinventing Yourself Leadership Challenge of the week. Now, the challenge is find someone to serve. It can be as simple as opening a door for somebody, or saying good morning, or saying good evening, or as simple as sending somebody a text of saying how much they mean to you. It's a form of encouragement. Find someone to serve and then challenge them to serve someone else. We often do all of these challenges like the ALS challenge. I want to see people starting to challenge others to be servant leaders. So that is the Reinventing Yourself Leadership Challenge. Find someone this week to serve. So with that being said, let's close and pray. Dear Daddy, thank you so much for what you've been doing and what you continue to do. I ask that you let your word penetrate the hearts and the mind. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face shine upon you and be gracious towards you. May he give you strength when you are weak, hope when you're discouraged, faith to believe, and joy that is contagious in Jesus' name. Yo, I want to thank y'all again for joining us this week. Come back every other Wednesday of each month for a new episode. And I want you to remember something. If we as leaders are to set ourselves apart, we must start by leading through love, which always comes from the heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening today. We hope you are blessed. To share your leadership experience, you can text us directly at 414-552-9598. Again, 414-552-9598. And don't forget to subscribe to enjoy more messages just like this one. On behalf of Shepherd Revolution, we look forward to connecting with you every other Wednesday. Now go and revolutionize the way you lead.